Wow, do you think the Fed's going to lower the rates this coming Wednesday? If they do, how high is this market going to race? I don't know. Let's jump in and find out what the index could be doing next week. Let's go. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the heck is happening with the S&P. As we see with the S&P, price actions bounced up into and stay just this past week. Look at that. Really tight range inside a zone of resistance where we'd expect it to either fall down or go back up. The momentum has actually turned up a little bit. However, is that a fake out? Is that basically a what I call a bear squeeze? Because the TSI momentum actually shifted here. And so we're now getting a squeeze back up. And oftentimes that can fake us out to basically, oh, I'll have to jump back in because the TSI is crossing back up. But remember, the TSI, the momentum is when it crosses back up, it's much stronger the closer it gets to the zero line or down here in the lower level. So those are the places where I like to pay attention. And this could be just noise. Like I said, it could be a simple bearish squeeze like we saw over here. There's a perfect example of one. Squeeze, squeeze, and it falls from the sky. And don't worry, the sound effects are free. So that's what we're looking at with the spiders. I think that we will know a lot more based on what Jerome Powell has to say on Wednesday after the Fed decision. And if the Fed decision, the write-up on the Fed decision basically says that they're leaning towards I don't know if they'll show their hands that much, but that they are entertaining or at least open the door for the possibility of reducing the rates. That would be very interesting. So let's hold on tight. We're going to jump into the Nasdaq this week. And so let's take a look at the Qs. So Qs, similar type situation. We had an excellent move, a nice little hammer dragonfly doji off of the 20-day moving average, and we're running back up. Notice the volume has been kind of low. Similar type situation here. Could we take this as a potential buy signal? I would say yes and no. So if someone did get in, we had a really nice signal here on the Qs, the NASDAQ to jump back up. But look what it's doing. I always want to be very cautious about these kind of pullbacks, especially when there's a heavy dose of overhead supply that it's going to run right back up into, because the rally may be short-lived. Now, if we pull back again and test the 20, and then after the Fed does what it does, then I could expect more of a rally going into the end of the year, because we'll have about 2 weeks left prior to that happening. So at the same time, remember, this is a strong level of past resistance that goes all the way back to, I think, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's November 2021. And so we have just about retraced in a little bit over a 2-year period of time back up to the past highs. And there's a tendency, of course, for prices to sell off there until all the sellers that are sitting right here, who were buyers and with sad, frowns on their faces after they bought up here, they're still waiting to get out with some hopes of just getting out break even. So right now, nothing to buy. I'm not going to do anything on the NASDAQ until after the Fed is taken care of. And then I'll be looking for something, maybe a pullback into these level here. The one area I'd be looking at is maybe the Qs. But again, we're not getting, reversal signal here, bullish hammer However, then all of a sudden you get this big, huge sell-off candle. And so very, very, very news oriented. Now, another question that keeps coming up are what are the two main issues that most traders just constantly battle? And if they can get control of these and take steps toward controlling these, it actually improves your trading. And those two items are, one, fear and uncertainty. They kind of go together. They're like joined at the hip, or they're and because oftentimes there's fear of the unknown, but the fear of the unknown is the result of not having a written plan, not having a good routine, a winning routine, and not being patient, persistent on practicing those your routine, your rules and that type of stuff, not, and not having those rules on one page, which I'll get you, you can have a copy of that whenever you ask, whenever you want it. The fear then leads to uncertainty, and then the uncertainty is self-doubt. You doubt that you especially if you break your rules a lot, you will have self-doubt about, uncertain. Will I keep my rules this time? Will I stick with it? Or will I, bail out again? I mean, and I'm talking for myself, guys, because that's exactly what I would do. I would bail out. I'm not going to keep the rules this time. Like the Blazing Saddles movie, we don't need no stinking badges. I was going, I don't need no stinking rules. And I'd throw the suckers out. And whenever I'd throw my rules out, even though they were meant to protect me, it would wind up just, actually either ripping my heart out with a particular trade or killing a couple of accounts that I'm not very proud of. And so that's two things. The more you practice, the more you focus, the more you journal, the more you write down and recognize that, I'm going to be tweaking my rules as I'm going. That's when you help eliminate fear, eliminate uncertainty. Because right now, for the premium members at the 12 noon session, I'm going to be talking a little bit about some adjustments we're going to be making on the system going forward that'll help us, one, protect more of our profits and also reduce our risk. And so if you're a premium member, you're not going to want to miss that 12 o'clock session. So let's get back and share some more. Now with our next entity, which is of course the Russell, really interesting. I find the Russell, see these long tails? That is basically indicating where the sellers are coming in. Notice the sellers are coming in early below where these last buyers over here were. We can look to your left. And what do we have? We do a straight line. Oh, isn't that interesting? Right in this large sell-off candle right there, that's how high prices, got up to over the last couple of days. Again, long tail on top, that is indicating where the total resistance is. Now, we don't have any candlesticks right here with long tails on the bottom except that one from Thursday. And it's bouncing off of the approximately 8-day moving average. Didn't get a good pullback. I would look for it, Russell. I would like it better if we got a pullback back into that breakout area right there. I'll give you a price number on that. And that is down at 181.75 to 182, somewhere in those areas there. So that's where I would expect to see a pullback, and that would be a good place to look at picking up some TNA, if that's what you're looking at. So if the Fed does raise the rates, if they lower the rates, expect the Russell to rally and start moving higher much more quickly than what it is right now. So okay, let's get ready to shift gears into our stocks for the week. And we'll have to wonder, what will the week bring? Here's where we're seeing sitting. Basically, I've dropped about almost 4% this 3 to 4% this week, but still hanging in there really close to the 40% mark. Have 3 more weeks of December left. Still looking very good going into the end of the year. The system worked just like it was supposed to, in that it takes us out of the weak positions, and we oftentimes have to sit and wait, but that's okay. I mean, Jesse Livermore said he made the most money when he would just sit and wait. You know what they say, it's been true for centuries, or that trading success isn't built overnight. It's built by a step-by-step process. It's been that way since Charles Dow and before that. So, here's your next step. If you haven't done so already, and I know a lot of the premium members, you go and you watch, but you haven't actually subscribed to the YouTube channel, or ask you to go back over there and subscribe to it and leave some comments, and so that I put a lot of content over there that is really darn good content. And so if you found today's insights valuable, then don't forget to, one, do that, and also share it with somebody. Share it with a fellow trader, or we're coming into the new year, and a lot of people want to be checking out what trading is about going into the new year. So remember, ancient wisdom taken from the ancient trader meets modern day trading, and we can make that happen together. Lastly, hey, thanks for thanks for everything on the book. I really appreciate that. And you can get it in 2 different places. You can get it, and it's ranked up there number 2 in one of its categories on the Amazon, and you can pick that up either on Amazon. If you want it before Christmas, though, you're going to get it at the on our website, and you get the e-version. And if you have read it, we've gotten some really great comments, but please, even if you have the e-copy, you can go over and leave a comment on Amazon. If you're thrilled about the market as we are and want to stay ahead of the game, be sure to follow Autopilot Trading and also the Market Tech Talk YouTube channel.